we're sitting here with Owuraku, and you were actually one of the first people that we like talked to from the LGBT Rights Ghana. Yeah. We would like to ask you, how long have you been with LGBT Rights Ghana?
Quite recently, because before I met the leaders in LGBT Rights Ghana, I was working at Drama Queens, and I think we met in a queer gathering space, and I saw the director, then other people who worked there, and I was like, oh, okay, because we work in the same space and kind of like intersect in our line of work. Then Barry, one of the welfare directors, needed help with reaching community members who were, abused, blackmailed, and like in need of like urgent help. So that was when I joined.
What does it mean here in Ghana? What do you mean when you say blackmailing?
I think, like blackmailing in the sense of what it means in the sense when someone holds like power over you by saying they would, rat you out or like snitch on you because you are this. For example, if I catch you cheating with your wife and I say I'm gonna like tell your wife that you're cheating, that is the blackmail, because you don't want someone to know your identity or like because Ghana is a homophobic country, so when they know queer people or someone is saying that this is a queer people, then it's going to cause violence or ignite violence in where you live. And then people do that, they blackmail queer people and threaten them, and sometimes they set them up because using like dating apps and all of those things. Some of those are the cases that happen. And those are not mainstream things because it's only those who are working in the community that get to hear about this. Maybe there's some like community leaders who receive these cases.
And what would you do in the welfare team at LGBT Plus Rights Ghana when you hear about a case of someone being blackmailed, where someone tries to out them?
I think whenever like the help, I always try and see to the fact that we are first of all like not well equipped to respond to these things, because we are like some of these are very mentally draining, because when someone is has been kidnapped somewhere, the first person you need to reach is our contacts or allies with the police, and how best they can quickly respond to the situation or try and ascertain what is going on. And if they're asking for money, try and send them money and maybe let the guy go, or if we can meet somewhere and pay off. Those are some of the things that happen. And you depending on where it's happening, if it's happening in Accra, there's some of us in Accra that we can quickly like call and say, can you like, if you're like available, can you go and like follow this case and see how the person is faring. So that is like daily response for emergency. And also we also need to ascertain if it's like a urgent, like really urgent for us to be there, or like in that somebody has heard about you from work, so now it's causing like riots or like rumors in your community, so do you need to relocate? Those kind of like questions and that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Okay, that's really like important work you do with LGBT Rights Ghana. So you're also director of Drama Queens, which is
what's that about?
So Drama Queens is a youth-led activist organization that uses art for activism, social change in our world. And Drama Queens is a feminist organization, so like we work on feminist principles, and so our feminism principles are intersectional. So that means like we see the humanity, or like where are queer people, other people who are marginalized within our society and as well. And so that's the kind of work around feminist, LGBT, queer liberation, environmental change, and also human rights activism.
And how early did you realize you had like a talent for creative expression and those kind of things?
I've always knew I'm a creative person, and also I grew up in a very liberating social space, in the sense that even though like I grew up in a Christian home, I also grew up with seeing things that are like outside the values of Christianity. In the sense that I see people robbing every day. I see prostitutes, sex workers around, and that kind of like differences in my society, seeing those things kind of like made me become much more expressive. I used to draw.
Okay.
And I remember I used to my auntie used to go to like a women fellowship at church, and they had this like kind of like Christmas exchange of gifts, Secret Santa kind of like thing. And so whenever she would come home trying to like present a gift to her Secret Santa, someone she's presenting a gift to, then she call me. I was like, Owuraku, meaning wrap you. I don't know how to wrap this. Could you do it for me? And I always like, we go and get a wrapper. I think that was when I knew I was a very creative person, because every time like she comes, I'm trying to do it different from what I did, not something basic, not just wrap it. No, I want to put some bow here, make it a toffee shape, something different. Because she always came back with, positive feedback. Oh, they liked it or something. So I think I always knew I was creative at a young age, but I started being much more socially conscious with my community after I finished high school, because I was working with some youth organizations that was helping communities along the coast of Central with teenage pregnancy and sexual assault and harassment along the coast. So I think I started picking up slowly, but not like straight into it. At some stage in my life, I was helping my community, I was helping someone around me. So that was how I started. And after university, I started taking it more seriously, because then my people needed me to do something like to create safe spaces for people, my community, and all of those things. So then I picked up from there.
First time I met you, I was thinking like, wow, this is a person who really doesn't like conform in the way you dress.
Yeah.
So like I was wondering as well, like how is that in the Ghanaian community to dress the way you dress in a way that's not like so like what do you call it? Normative.
Normative, yeah. See, I don't think I've been like a conforming person, because I'm always standing out in whatever crowd I'm in and not even doing anything. Somebody will see me and say, oh, you are different from this bunch of people. So and like growing up trying to like understand my gender, understand my identity and all of those things, I did. Like I needed to push some boundaries to see how far I can go, and pushing boundaries means you get like pushbacks and how like, oh, don't do this. This is not what's supposed to do. This is not how these group of people do this. So you should do different. I'm like, why not? Why should I? Those kind of questions like came up. So, but I also like I'm aware to the extent I know that Ghanaian is like a homophobic country, but then also with a very hospitable mentality, and like there's you can reach Ghanaians softly somewhere at a point where like their values they see reason, but certain things cloud their judgment and certain things cloud how they see human beings, in the sense that who are different from them. So I mean, sometimes I dress in norm because of my safety, but if I'm in a safe space with my friends and with you guys or with people that I feel safe around, I'm where I want to be. Yeah.
Wow. What are you hoping for the future for the queer community in Ghana? What do you imagine?
I think right now my first and reach an urgent goal is that the anti-LGBT bill that has been proposed in Parliament doesn't come to pass, because it's already like its mere existence as a bill is already causing harm than good. So that would be like something I'm hoping it doesn't pass, because it's going to be catastrophic. And outside of that, I'm hoping like we as a country and also as a community go into the consciousness of seeing that hate isn't something that we should just be able to like let our body bring out to someone like against somebody else. We should more like warming and united in love and in support than in pitchforks, right? So maybe more Ghanaian will go into a consciousness where they are more accepting, and I hope so. I hope it's in my lifetime, and I know it will be. But yeah, that's my hope for where everybody is free, and to do whatever they want, and love freely. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing, Owuraku.
Yeah. I really hope so too, and I feel like there's a lot of hope. I mean, with all the work that you're doing.
There is. There's no. I mean, that's the thing, because like I use, with my work with Drama Queens, I try and use art to create some kind of like expression for people to engage in emotionally. Because we want to change. You don't just up and say accept this or change that when you've grown and conditioned several years with a specific kind of like reality, right? Even though those realities were underneath or like deeply shaded down there, you need to like engage people mentally and soulfully so that they can connect. I feel like what they are missing is connecting and realizing that we share the same experiences, we share the same blood that flows through us, and all of those things. So yeah.
I think you're so impressive that you can both deal with like immediate emergency situations and work with welfare, someone that's in a very, very difficult situation today, and at the same time keep that vision for the future and say, okay, let's work on creating art that is changing people emotionally so that they can be more open-minded and create space for more people long term. I love that. Something you want to add over?
Yeah, I wanted to add something there because I feel like it's very like it gets very gloomy and very tough, like handling all of these issues and all of these cases. So I'm very glad I have like a good community around me and very supportive and very like encouraging and even daring for me to like be who I am. So that kind of like community and that kind of like solidarity I have around me is what I want everybody to have, so that they can be as as safe, as loving, as free, as liberating, and as well. So just push. I'm very thankful for my community because it's really mentally very tough dealing with welfare issues.
Wow. I'm thinking if you're watching this and you want these guys to be able to create space for more people in the queer community through around LGBT plus Rights Ghana, then we've tried, me and Alexander, to make it very easy for you guys by posting a link to a dedicated GoFundMe campaign in the description to this video. So please help these guys be there for immediate emergencies, but also create a vision for the future and help more people feel that community where they can be themselves and create the future for the country. That's so awesome. Please join us.
Thank you so much, guys, for your support already.
Thank you for joining our YouTube channel.
See you in our next videos. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.